your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Huntington Bank Stadium, home to the Minnesota Golden Gophers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Minnesota Golden Gophers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Golden Gophers offense will get the ball first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They are. The same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and then we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And the Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. Let's take a minute just to think about Minnesota. Always nice to get a win on the recruiting trail. They feel like they did, landing a three-star wide receiver, verbal commitment. They feel like he has the type of talent that can help a program at this level.
It's going to help their offense right away. I think one of the biggest reasons why he chose this program was because he felt he could get on the field right away and help them out. Bigger programs are out after him. He thought he might have to wait his turn elsewhere. Not the case here. Expect him to make some plays early on.
Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back. You get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Now the play fake. Hard running there. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And that last completion left them short of the sticks. It's third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Jukes his way for more. He stopped short, and it's fourth down.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big third down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will have its first possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good...
There he goes. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. He'll get a fresh set of down, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's first and 10 from the 31. From the gun, running back gets to give. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. The Nittany Lions can really attack on this second and short. They'll try the run. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
And that's got to feel good if you're the offense because third down has been a bit of a problem all season long, but you love the way they're executing at this point, finding ways to keep the chains moving.
The Nittany Lions pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Got room at the 35. Good execution. They moved the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Looking for space. It's Moses. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense.
Got some room headed to the goal line. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. They'll try to run it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the big fella. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Gets the back moving. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. On target over the middle. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. The Golden Gophers racing to the line in a hurry-up. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Grab behind the lines. It's Applewhite. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And they weren't able to get him in the middle of the field, so now a 49-yarder from the right hash. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Off to a good start here, and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. The sure hands. It's Cano. Turning it on. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
This guy reminds you a little bit of Devontae Smith back in Alabama winning the Heisman. This guy makes plays week in, week out. Top 5 right now in the nation in receiving yards, and that's why he's in the Heisman discussion.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Ocean from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down. Time to take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. Once he got some room, it was over.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They might be feeling a little heat here as they've fallen into a 14-3 hole early. Finds his man. It's Thomas. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. And the Golden Gophers are in the hurry-up.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon. He's putting this defense on alert early.
The Golden Gophers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Off play action. Finds his tight end. Tackle is made at the 48. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Golden Gophers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes.
Breaks into the open. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. The Golden Gophers with the 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. It's complete to the left. Now the connection takes it to the 11. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Back to pass. Fires to the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Gonna take a shot at this DB. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
Well, they hoped up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls in.
Final play of the quarter coming. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Cano. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Now, anytime the ball goes in the air towards him, I feel like it's his. Like, there are no 50-50 balls. He just makes plays game after game, play after play, and you see him featured in this offense for a reason. He's one of the best in the country, not just at the wide receiver position, period. This guy's in the Heisman Trophy conversation as a receiver.
The Nittany Lions are on the move. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Give to the running back. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Looking to throw for it. Caught close to the marker. It's Cano. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And this guy continues to pour on the stats. That's why he's in the Heisman picture, right? Had over 100 receiving yards last week. He's off to a great start today. Defenses just can't figure this guy out.
From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he's got some space. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Yeah, I'm so impressed watching this guy run the football. And I'll tell you, I think Joe Paterno would have loved this guy in his offense too. His teams always prided themselves on being able to run the football, right? Be more physical than the opponent. This guy has the ability to just wear defenses down. So hard to stop.
Makes the catch. It's Reinbold. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, you can take it to the house.
And that had all the makings of Bart Meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? The Nittany Lions are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He wants it all. He's got it. Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. After another clutch 3rd down conversion, it's 1st and goal. Here's the pressure. He gets it in. Touchdown, Penn State. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point makes it a 21-3 lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Now adjusting. He'll try to do it himself. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. And the Golden Gophers come to the line in the hurry-up. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the tight end. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. The Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that is an excellent punt as it lands out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. He'll start this drive firing. Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
3rd down after the run. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in. It's Lawson. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And the Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Looking to fire. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Just keep slinging it. Got a man. It's Lawson. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Throwing right. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
The offense in its own end, still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Grab near the marker is Cano. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
On the move, it's Reinbold.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Looking for a deep man. Got it inside the 10. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He's looking to throw. Here comes the heat. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. He can find the end zone. Now 60 career touchdown catches.
I mean, that is just silly that this guy is always finding ways to get in the end zone. Like, you know they want to take him away. He is the focal point. 60 touchdowns, you know they're going to throw it to him. Palmer keeps making plays.
And David, throughout his career, we've seen defenses try everything to stop this guy. They've bracketed him, double coverage, man coverage, zone coverage. It doesn't matter. He's the ultimate weapon. 60 touchdown catches is so good.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Quick strike complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Back to pass on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down. Looking downfield on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Golden Gophers in a good spot here with second and short. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the back. There he goes. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Golden Gophers want to pick up the tempo. To the air on first down. Right on the money. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. And the Golden Gophers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. And it's caught. It's Thomas. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Working the middle. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally scored. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen, and anything can change after you score like that.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. From the gun, running back on the move. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to fire on second down. Rushes on him. Gonna take a shot. Pulls it in on the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
On the set. Ringo. Fire.
Wants to go up top on first down. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Penn State! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Looking to throw on first down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
When linebackers blitz, not only do they have to be able to beat offensive linemen, but they're going to have to beat running backs and tight ends. You've got to have moves in your repertoire. That linebacker showed that there.
The Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on second down. He wants to go deep. Makes the grab inside the 30. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And they find him early, and I love it because last week they found him often. He had over 100 yards, and they found him throughout this season. This offense is built on his playmaking ability. This dude is unbelievable. He's unguardable, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy conversation.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. They'll try to slam it in. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Second and goal for the offense.
Get set.
The give. And he takes it in for the extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Leaves it with the running back. Picks up the first down. Right down the gut of the field. The 20. Touchdown, Minnesota! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. So the kickoff team will come out after they turn in a score on that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. That's reeled in. It's Cano. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. To the ground with the back. Turning it on. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Lawson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Motion from the wide receiver. Going to sling it on second down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
How about the day for this young fella? That's a 4-game stretch. Nope, 4 touchdowns in 1 game. He has been the focal point of this offense, and he has not disappointed.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished the drive with a touchdown toss from the 49. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Can build on.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
Caught in the backfield, it's Thomas. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense. out to their own 39-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Golden Gophers are rolling down the field. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44. Offense gets set for second down. Quick release on the RPO. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot.
Touchdown, Golden Gopher! Fit it in the window for the score.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. They'll move the wide receiver. But jet sweep pass. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And now he's in the 400 club, 400. That's a pretty good day at the office when you're putting up over 400 yards. This defense hadn't had a lot of answers.
The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the road.
Looking to throw again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Reinbold. At the 35, he's got room. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays. You better change your looks up and try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the tailback. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Nittany Lions will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Snap in the shotgun. Trying to find the end zone. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Looking to fire. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the foot.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good. One more on the lead. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. The sure hands, it's Applewhite. And a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this second and short. Gives it on the option. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. in the backfield, it's Thomas. Make the stop at the 40, but it's a 10-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quickly to the tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping 3rd downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a 4th down.
They'll run for it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll give it to the back. Got the 1st down and more. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, the ground game. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stop is made at the 35-yard line, a 5-yard gain there, and it's a 1st down.
And this is an offense that really relies on its running game on that 2nd down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get a 1st.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances, and that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Penn State! That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Well, the defense is not taking their foot off the gas. They've got a huge lead. We're early in the fourth quarter, and still they're getting pressure on this quarterback, registering a sack.
Here's a hit. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Here we go. The run from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They'll run play action. Hit as he throws. Finds his man. It's Cano. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
And we're going to call his name a lot today because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week because he's a staple in this offense. Puts up big numbers, makes big plays, and that's why he's also in the Heisman Trophy conversation. A wide receiver in that debate is special. This dude is special.
Off the play fake on first down. Fires to the tight end.
That just really nice catch by the big tight end. Throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Now facing a third and long. Quarterback may change this route. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete to the right. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best third down offenses in the country.
Nice execution by this defense. One of the strengths of this offense is third down. They're really good at it. They were ready. Nice job getting the guy on the ground, forcing the...
Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. They put up another score here in the fourth, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Got the quick completion. Breaks the tackle. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. And the Golden Gophers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Plows through the defense. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You've got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They are going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Can't make the grab, and this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the fourth down pass falls incomplete, and they'll have to give up the football. Off-play action on first down. Creates a little room. A defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Second down, he'll throw it. Makes the catch. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. 2 set of downs after the completion. Finds his big tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Golden Gophers have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking downfield on 1st down. Sends it downfield. Got it in stride at the 15. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Well, if you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving yards.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
Snagged in the middle, it's Cano. Oh, he didn't get there, and what a stop against an offense that's been magnificent on 3rd down. The Nittany Lions will come to the line to convert on 4th down. He might want another play. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Got it in the middle, it's Cano. He didn't make it. They'll have to give up the football, and hope is still alive. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day. You're going
picked off. What a play to set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. looking to throw. He'll take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. You got a big lead in the fourth quarter, and you take that shot, and you stop the clock. And it's a long shot, but you're letting teams hit. Deep shot for the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Some would say run out the clock. Some would say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Wants to go up top on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass is incomplete, looking for a little salve for the wound, but the ball game is over. You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course. And when you win, oh, is that sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games start. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did. We saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers